Mr. President, I rise once again to discuss the production tax credit for wind energy, and I want to urge all of my colleagues to extend it as soon as possible. I've been coming to the Senate floor on an ongoing basis to highlight the tremendous growth of the wind energy industry from Colorado to Texas to Pennsylvania. And today I want to talk about the future of clean energy jobs in the great state of Rhode Island. If you look around our country, Mr. President, we find success stories everywhere. And wind energy is a bright spot for communities across America, which supports good manufacturing jobs in places like the United States and Rhode Island. And this is despite the Great Recession. Rhode Island has dedicated itself to building a clean energy future, a key part of which is offshore wind energy. The entire eastern seaboard has massive offshore wind potential, and Rhode Island is one of the first states to begin construction on a project off of its coast. And if you look at the chart here, Mr. President, you see the potential for job creation, and you also see that Rhode Island is on track to meet 75% of its energy needs through offshore wind development. Rhode Island has been the beneficiary of a number of companies locating themselves there, but one in particular I want to call attention to, and that's TPI Composites. It has been manufacturing wind turbine blades at their facilities in Warren, Rhode Island for years. And this decision to move to Warren was a good one for TPI because Rhode Island is known for its manufacturing acumen. And the good paying jobs have been a result of TPI's locating itself in Warren, Rhode Island. In fact, I would also mention that President Obama just paid a visit to a TPI facility in Iowa last month. TPI has also opened a facility, Mr. President, just across the Rhode Island state line in Fall River, Massachusetts, that will also focus on the development and the manufacturing of wind blades for offshore wind turbines. But I want to return to the reason I'm coming to the floor of the Senate on a daily basis. With the looming expiration of the production tax credit, orders for new wind blades have dropped, and TPI has been forced to cut its Rhode Island workforce by 15%. And in fact, its new facility in Fall River sits empty and idle as new wind blade development has been put on hold. So, Mr. President, that's why I keep coming to the floor, because we need to pass an extension of the wind production tax credit. It equals jobs. We need to pass it as soon as possible. Mr. President, this is a travesty that we have not extended the wind production tax credit, particularly in a time when we still need to create more jobs. And I know that the two senators from Rhode Island agree with me. Communities like Warren, Rhode Island have benefited from the growth in the wind energy industry, but they're still hurting because of the Great Recession, and our failure to act is making things worse. We face a stark choice, Mr. President. We can let the PTC expire and continue to lose good-paying Rhode Island jobs, or we can invest in America's future and take advantage of a manufacturing sector that's poised to expand. The development of offshore wind is coming to the eastern seaboard, and the opportunities for American manufacturers like TPI to grow their business and beat our international competitors are right there within our grasp. There's simply so much more economic growth possible if we would just simply extend the PTC. But our inaction is stunting the growth of this important industry today. And that's why I urge my colleagues to join us in extending the wind PTC as soon as possible. Mr. President, I'm really pleased that my colleagues from Rhode Island, who of course know their home state better than I could ever hope to, have joined me, Senator Reid and Senator Whitehouse. They know the difficult economic challenges that their state has faced, and they know how important the production tax credit is to jobs in their state. They've spent their public service careers fighting for the middle class, fighting for policies that create good-paying American-based jobs, and I'm very much interested in hearing what they have to say on this important subject. So, Mr. President, as my colleagues have come to expect, I'll be back on the floor tomorrow talking about the wind PTC every day until we pass the extension of it. Thank you, Mr. President. I look forward to hearing from my colleagues from the state of Rhode Island.